Come with us on day 2 of our honeymoon in the Amalfi Coast. We didn't have anything planned for this day, so we last minute decided to take a ferry over to Amalfi because we figured that we had to at least see Amalfi once while in the Amalfi Coast. We hadn't been on a ferry yet, so I bought us tickets online, which I'll get into, but I actually don't recommend. On our way down to the dock, we stopped into the church in Positano. The architecture and details here are absolutely stunning. Then we got down to the dock and began our long wait for the Loro ferry that never came. We asked the brand rep multiple times and they said it would come and that we would see it written on the boat, but the time to leave came and went with no boat. So we ended up getting on a Tra Vel Mar boat. That was the brand that we saw the most frequently at the docks, and thankfully the brand reps allowed us to use the ticket we'd already purchased online to board this boat. I'm still not 100% clear on how the process works, but my recommendation is to purchase a ticket from Tra Vel Mar at the dock shortly before you're planning to board. We did that the other times we ferried and it was a much smoother process. The Tra Vel Mar boats have an interior, exterior, and upper deck seating, and you can take your pick after boarding. It takes about 30 minutes to get from Positano to Amalfi, and we were not able to easily find a bus from Positano to Amalfi, so we depended on the ferry. Once we got to Amalfi, we went into the city's equally as stunning church. Then we were starving, and as I mentioned, we didn't really plan this day. We weren't really seeing any restaurants that spoke to us, so I looked on TikTok for a recommendation and tried to get us a reservation at Agricola for Ponta, which would have been about a 30-minute walk from the Amalfi city center, but they did not have any availability, so we ended up popping into this restaurant that I would not recommend. Hunter got a gnocchi that wasn't great, and I got a sandwich, hoping for the kind of sandwiches that I experienced in Florence, but was very disappointed. I had no idea that that was like a Florence staple, but if you are ever in Florence, definitely try the paninis there. We wanted to find a bar to grab a drink and came across Melfi's, a small brewery that was covered in post-it notes on the inside. We found one talking about Skyline Chili, which you are familiar with if you're from Ohio like my husband is, and added a note of our own from our honeymoon. Then we walked back down toward the water, already itching to get back to Positano, but had more time to kill before our ticket back that we had already purchased was scheduled to board. So we sat outside a restaurant right in the middle of the city and had a cake and a drink. Then we headed back to Positano where we got ready for dinner at Max, another recommendation from our Verbo owner that also ended up being one of our favorites. We had more bread, olive oil, and balsamic, grilled stuffed calamari with cheese and tomato as our appetizer, and I had the scampi, while my husband got the risotto with seafood. We sat outside on the quiet patio area in the back, but the interior of the restaurant was also stunning. Come back tomorrow for day 3.